Is that painful, bro?
Not really, actually. So if I can, like, this is literally what it feels like.
Oh,
It just feels like a pointy nail just bugging the hell out of you for a little bit.
Yeah.
You go into your zone, you got music
That's
on,
because
you
of the
watch
area,
something,
though.
that's all you need. When you get around bones, though, like my shoulder, I started bleeding up here.
Shit.
But it ain't that bad. It really
Y'all
ain't.
boys ready?
And this is my first tattoo ever. I sat there for 8 hours. Still wasn't that bad.
Even before we get started, I want to say thank you for your time, bro.
Word, man. Word.
Because I know you be working hard, bro.
I be trying, bro.
Word,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate that.
I do want to say thank you for your time before anything.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. This is amazing, man. I haven't had a podcast in forever.
Yeah. All right, guys. Welcome to GShyt, the podcast. As you know, I am Giovanni.
I'm your boy Rhino, and today we got a very special guest. My boy Gene, aka SWIG Daddy, aka SWIG shit.
Somebody called me King Swigeth one time.
King SWIG.
I swear.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from, man? Get us kicked off.
Well, I don't know if I'm talking too loud, but I'm originally from Queens, New York. I lived there for like 13 years, maybe 14
Where
years.
in Queens, if I could ask?
In Queens Village on Jamaica Avenue.
I was born in Jamaica Hospital, that's why.
Oh, me too, bro, too.
Wow.
Where you from? Fuck you, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
You already
G.
know where I'm from.
He from the D.
Yeah. I'm from the D.
Where the gangsters at? You ever seen you heard the Big Sean mixtape? And he's like, yeah, I'm from the D. That just reminds me of that.
Yeah. So you've been down here 13 years. You plan on going back to New York?
No, hell no. I don't think I'll ever go back to New York. Like, the only way I would ever like go live in New York is if I was rich and I had a brownstone in Brooklyn.
Ooh.
Or skyscraper, or whatever you call it, in Manhattan.
What are the condos?
I'm not ever going back to the.
You don't miss New York? You visit often?
I visit like once every three years. 3 years, I go see my pops and some family members. But to be honest, like, nah, it's too much going on. I wouldn't go back. But I always, that's where I get my roots from New York. So like, for me going back, I don't think it would ever happen.
You've been down here too long, really, right? I mean,
We all been down here too long. What you mean, man?
I'm just saying, true. I told you I'm from the D, man. I feel the same way. The only reason I go back to Detroit is because there's so many like opportunities. Like I see people that I grew up with trying to do shit for the city. And I'm like, okay, I go back, maybe like you know what I'm saying, to give back, but I don't want to live in Detroit. So, and you from Queens too, right?
Yeah, I was only there for 6 years though. I was in Astoria for a while, like Little Greek. You know what I'm saying? My landlords were Greek when I was over there. I have a few memories from it. My first basket ever made. I remember I shot the thing like a little granny shot in one of the parks in New York. That's one of my best memories. Building a snowman before that thing melts real quick.
See, in New York and Detroit, you got like the 4 seasons.
Exactly, dog.
You should like. It's crazy because like come from New York to Florida, it's like I never. Nowadays, you don't know when Christmas is coming.
No,
like in New York, it starts to get cold.
Right. No difference.
And then
Leaves
like the hot,
I tell you that all the time. The only thing I miss about Detroit up north in general is the seasons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we still have like winter, but it's sunny as fuck down here. You know what I'm saying? You still got spring, sunny as hell.
Christmas down here is just whack, dog.
Yeah,
like, I remember we played football one time on Christmas Day. I got a sunburn. December 25th in Florida. Like that shit. That only happens in Florida, you know.
One day my dad called me and he was FaceTime me and it was like it was snowing over there and I'm on the beach. And he was like, "Bruh."
And it's just a different state, man. It's a different state of mind too. Like you mentioned, the main thing was New York. It's just busy. There's a lot of stuff constantly going on over there.
I just feel like if you go to New York, like you gotta hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta hustle to survive. So like, would I move there? Probably not. But I would go there for business all the time.
Have you gone there for business since? Is that
Just
where you go?
once. This year was the main year I was trying to get into like traveling.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of the year, I went to California. As my first like business trip.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, bro.
How so? What did you do out there?
Experience is probably
What'd you do out there?
It was me and my business partner Jack. Shout out Jack.
Shout out.
That's my guy, man.
That's
my guy
what's
right
up. That's what's up.
But me and him, we were just like one day, we were just kind of like, yo, let's just go somewhere else. And we were like, yo, let's go to Cali. I'm like, fuck it.
On a fucking whim like that? That's what's up.
Go ahead.
We booked the trip. What we did is for like 2 weeks, we just pressed every day. 2 weeks. We're like, yo, we're gonna take a two suitcase full of merch.
Yeah.
try to come back at least with one empty. So we flew out there, we did our thing or whatever. We went to two shows. We went to a pop-up show in like near Calabasas, like with a rich.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
that's what
that's
Kanye
upscale.
Funny thing is, so there was that one, and then the second one was in Melrose, where it's like all the more urban stuff are. You know what I mean? So we went to that, and then the one in like where the rich people are, we killed it.
Oh shit, for real?
Those old people
love that shit.
Loved
They
it.
love it.
I promise you.
That's crazy.
And it's crazy. It's like my goal in Cali was to make money, make connections, and get some following. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ended up going to this that show in Calabasas, and like literally, there was so many people that bought from me, but none of them had Instagram.
What?
None of them had Twitter because they were old. They were old people.
Damn.
And
You guys go on my page. You go
You
on
don't
my
have
page.
business cards, right?
I have business cards. Yeah. So if you go on my page and look at my highlights in LA, click through them. You'll see all you see is old people. You see me flicking up with straight old people. You know what I'm saying? So like that was cool. When I went to Melrose, the one on Melrose is kind of like a flop. I just feel like
Because young people don't try to show no love.
it was like I'm not saying that, but I feel like kind of, but I feel like they. I don't know. It was a harder game.
We were Melrose. So I was in LA. We went Beverly Hills. Not Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. We didn't go all the way up to Calabasas. I think Calabasas is like 40 minutes away from Beverly Hills. Melrose is like in LA, Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of strips and shit down there. So I know, like, if you're not a hustler down there, it's a lot of, and everybody's selling something on like the LA Strip. You know what I'm saying? Around the corner from Figueroa, it's like almost a mile of like nothing but shops. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a game, or you know what I'm saying, you're not a native.
That's where like Fairfax is. Fairfax is where Supreme, Babe, the Hundreds, greatest brand ever. Pink Dolphin, Mitchell and Ness, Flight Club.
Yeah.
That's all on one block.
On Fairfax.
On Fairfax.
Yeah.
One day there's gonna be a SWIG store there, I promise.
That's what's up. That's what we're looking for.
I promise.
How do you think LA changed your perspective on your business?
Okay, so that's the second time I went to LA.
Okay.
So the first time I went to LA was like 2017.
Yeah.
That one was more of like a friend, like I was with some homies.
Yeah.
But I, of course,
Peeped.
I peeped the swag, I peeped the style. When I went to LA, like I noticed that people wear whatever they want. So like for example, you wake up and you have these beat up Vans that you probably skateboard in all day. Probably throw those on. Some regular jeans or some crazy pants. A hoodie.
This motherfucker
Like
right here,
this
basically.
guy. You know what I mean? You can put like the ones in LA, like they put any outfit together and it's like it looks dope. Like it's like how when you go out and you try to look like you're going out.
Coordination of it all.
Yeah, but I feel like their swag over there was like it was just kind of more of like I do what I want. I feel good in myself. I'm fresh, and then like damn, it just reflects. So I noticed that, and then of course I start seeing the brands that I look up to, like the Supremes, the Babes, the Hundreds. So I'm walking into their stores.
Right.
So I'm looking at
What's
stores.
that like, bro?
Supreme was closed.
Oh, that's a shame.
Supreme was closed. Who else was? Babe was dope because Babe you can only have like 10 people in at a time. Security in the front. It was so legit. It was like walking into a club. Yeah, I swear to God, I kid you not. So that was cool walking into those stores and seeing how they run their business, like the aesthetic of it. Like it was just like okay, it's everything Babe or everything Mitchell and Ness, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My favorite store in LA that I've seen is the 100 store.
Why so?
It's just that brand is that Bobby Hundreds is like my guy. You know what I mean? The guy that I would look up to. I don't idolize nobody. Let me get that straight. Mom, I don't idolize nobody but Jesus Christ. But
Fear God.
you know what I'm saying? But like when I went to the store, the reason why it was just the best experience for me is because I watch his story. I pretty much do I'm doing the same thing he does to
You
build his
modeling
brand.
your business
Up
model.
to his. So for me to actually walk in it,
Yeah.
and like, damn, this is so dope.
It's crazy. So let's walk through the journey, because I need to tell the story of how me and you met. You know what I'm saying? We talked about, you know what I'm saying, traveling. And one day you got to come to Detroit. I don't know if you ever been to Detroit.
I don't.
You
But I gotta
don't?
come in the summer though. I gotta come in the summer.
He said I don't gotta come.
No. Like I don't. Like I haven't. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm bushing though. I mean, the only reason I say that though is just a lot of like people with that same pop-up entrepreneurship mentality, and then obviously I'm from there too. You know what I'm saying? And you, my dog, and story to be told right here is, you know what I'm saying? When me and you first met, it was in high school. I think it was like
We played on the same basketball team. We was trash, but we was lit. We won a couple.
You probably half of the reason I still get roasted for being in the East Bay basketball team.
Really?
People don't know my name was Pops, but when like I first got to Tampa, you know what I'm saying, Riverview, you know, I used to post up on the wall, like, you know, it was the lockers in the lunchroom or whatever, and I wasn't really kicking it with nobody, so I used to post up on the wall and shit. You and Kyle used to always mess with me, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, like, come hang out and shit like that. And people don't know my nickname. I got my nickname from you. They like, I used to call people, I used to call people nephew. And you was like, nigga, you ain't nobody uncle, nigga. Old ass Pops, nigga.
That shit just stuck though. It stuck.
I actually called him Pops because in college somebody sent me his contact information. It said Ryan Pops, so I thought that was his last name. I didn't
So
know
wait, hold on. So like, Pops is a name that you took?
Yes, man.
So when I got to college, when people asked me my name, I never said Pops. I said Ryan. But like if I was with somebody that I knew from college and I like run into you or somebody, you're like, what's up, Pops? He was like, what the fuck is Pops, nigga? And they'll take that shit back. Like,
Shit's still stuck, man.
Pops.
Yo,
that shit's still stuck.
Like,
that's funny because, bro, that somebody came up to me one time and they was like, you know Ryan Chandler, right?
Chandler.
And I was like, who the fuck is that? And then they were like, yo, he went to East Bay. I was like, I don't know who that is. And then it was like, he tall, baby. I said, Pops! Oh, that's my nigga! Yo, but that's, you know, it's crazy though. Like, we go way back, bro. Remember those East Bay basketball games, bro?
I don't even like to talk about how trash
said y'all
we wasn't, no, let me
say
set the record straight.
Please,
We weren't trash. We just wasn't great. Like, that year, our senior year we won the most games.
Yeah.
Out of like the last 30 years, nigga. So like, you
there still was 7 wins, so it wasn't that much.
It was, I think it was 8.
We was in a 6A division, right? We was in like one of the worst divisions. You know what I'm saying? We was going up against like Durant. You know what I'm saying? White boys who could shoot. Lakeland throwing it off the backboard. Just one stage.
We played Austin Rivers in my high school.
Like anytime, see, we
played
wasn't doing it.
for,
Like we did get some nice niggas. Like you know who went to Plant, but like we caught it bad because like. You know what I'm saying? We were the only team we really went hard against because we didn't really think we was that. I didn't think we was that good. Was our rival? You know
was Riverview or Leonard?
And that's it. Like after high school, and I was telling Gio, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody got their own path and shit. You know what I'm saying? We all take different roads in life and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like right after we graduated, I don't remember when did you form your business?
So the story behind, you want to tell like the whole base of it?
Yeah, bro, go for it.
So the base of the story is, if you look at a lot of my designs, it's not right now, but a lot of they all kind of like go in together. So 2011 you'll see a lot of my designs. If you look at my designs, you'll see 2011. The reason why I put 2011, that's the first time I ever heard the word SWIG. First time I ever heard it. And then once I heard it, it's like, it's the best way I can explain it was like, it's kind of like love at first sight. Yeah. Like I just kind of heard it.
Dope as fuck.
I kind of heard it. I was like, what? I was like, what is that? What is SWIG? And then, so that's 2011.
Yeah.
The little bit of a backstory on that. One of my homies came to my house was when I moved to Orlando.
Yeah.
One of the homies came to the house. And we was broke back then, so we would have like I would have like little drink. Like I wouldn't have a lot of drinks. Mm-hmm. So he came in and was like, hey, let me get a swig of that. And I was like, a what? He was like, a swig. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, oh, it's just to take a sip or a go. I was like, oh shit, all right, cool. And I was like, swig. So I'm real ignorant sometimes. So like, at that time, I was like young and immature. So like, everything I would do, I'd be like, yo, Pops, you trying to swig to the course and play some whoops?
Yeah.
Yo, that's a fine ass swig over there. Like I just use it. Just
and see, not to cut you off, but when I remember when I first got down here, I told them all the time how social you were. I feel like a lot of the shit that y'all did was like, at least for me, like on a trendsetter level. You know what I'm saying? Because like you stuck with something. Like I think I end up saying it because like it was, you know what I'm saying. Who we used to hang out with was the same people we played basketball with. You know, all our homies. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mean to cut you off, but I can see how that stuck.
So it stuck to me, right? So
first time I like.
So it stuck to me, whatever. So after that, I started using it, and like he said, and I'll be honest, ask anyone that's close to me. I go through phases that like I will say something and then I will keep saying it until I run like I exhausted. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So SWIG was like something that I just used. Blah blah blah. To the point where some of the homies started using it.
Yeah.
And then eventually, this is when like Twitter, 2011, 2012, Twitter is popping.
Yo, for real.
So I made a Twitter and I put GShyt21.
Yeah.
No, it's GShyt_. No, it's.
It was GShyt.
No, it's Gene_I_swig. That's who he was. That was the shit talking man. I used to talk a lot of shit. I used to tweet, ho, on my timeline and see who the fuck they gonna subtweet them. That's just old.
Like, the shoe fit. That's obviously you, motherfucker.
I used to do shit like that, but and then after that, I kind of just how it came into a brand was 2011. I was going to school for business because I was in college. And then I always asked pops in high school. I always had every year I had a fresh pair of all whites. You know what I mean?
Still got them.
I always got still got
them.
J's. You know, I was always a sneaker guy. Like always sneaker guy. You know what I'm saying? So the business, going to school for business, me being into clothes, sneaker, and that kind of thing, I just kind of was like, yo, one day I just want to be a business owner. I always want to be a business owner, but I didn't know what.
Yeah.
Then one day I just like, yo, I'm gonna start a clothing brand.
How difficult was that to start the clothing brand?
Very difficult.
Why so? What kind of just to start it.
I'll just let y'all know if y'all trying to start a brand, like it just takes like 5 real components. You have to be passionate about what you do.
Word.
You know what I mean? You gotta be smart because you're gonna run into people that's gonna try to finesse you. You gotta learn about money. You gotta learn about shit. If I make this, how much I'm gonna make off that? It's kind of like selling drugs. I'm being dead ass serious. I'm being dead ass serious. It's like literally selling. It's like selling drugs. Don't sell drugs, kids. You gotta be passionate.
I condone drugs selling.
You gotta be passionate. You gotta be humble. You have to be consistent. Oh my god, it's the key one. If you're not consistent in anything that you do, you never. Okay. You know you want to get muscles?
Yeah.
If you're not consistently pumping iron, you're never gonna grow.
People do that shit too. They complain like, man, why I ain't big? You in the gym? No, I ain't in the gym. Bitch, that's why you ain't big.
Exactly.
Stupid ass.
Exactly. So that's what makes it. You know, it was hard. It was hard, man. I went through a lot of shit, bro. Like so much shit.
And when you started off, it was what, just t-shirts?
So my first actual line was so trash. It's horrible.
You serious?
I swear.
I hope I ain't got one of them shirts.
It was, it was literally like the basic, like the typical basic. I'm starting a clothing brand thing, and I've seen so many people do it.
Yeah.
Logo T-shirt, black and white. I had bucket hats, which actually went well. That hat was after.
Okay.
I did bucket hats first, which was kind of in the style at the time, because that's when Schoolboy Q was popping.
Yeah, all them niggas.
That's when they were popping. So I did that. I did bucket hats, and then I did like a jersey tee that had like 2 stripes.
I remember
that one's still posted on your Instagram. I remember seeing that one.
Yeah, so that's like my first collection. It's crazy. So I found the word in 2011, skip forward to 2015. 4/20, 2015.
It's on that shirt.
On 4/20?
4/20, 2015 was the first day I launched my brand. And like that's when someone can actually buy from my website. That day. So technically we're in
2020 now?
Yeah, it's been 5 years that I've been selling the brand. But I've had the word SWIG, mean, SWIG has been my baby since 2011.
Has SWIG always meant the same thing to you? You kind of talked about love at first sight, and it meant something to you at first. It might have just been like an obsession with the word and stuff like that. How is that? How is the word and how is that connection to it evolved over time too?
Well, it kind of like, it's kind of like a child. Think about it as a child. Like, you have a child and they can't talk and they don't know anything, but you just gotta take care of it, right?
Yeah. Damn.
Right? Think about it. That's kind of how I took my SWIG, and I got to know it, and I got to learn it. I got to be able to like just. It's me. It's literally me.
As you evolve, SWIG evolves.
Yes, and it's like my child. Like I show when I display my art, which is technically I'm an artist.
Yeah.
When I show my art to people, it's me showing you my child. You know when you get a kid and your kid's good at basketball and you're ready to, or you're at the parties, your kid knows how to dance, you don't know how to dance. It's like the same thing, same concept. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's really it with that.
And so from an evolution standpoint, you talked about like you starting in 2011, officially branding, launching in 2015. Was it something that like clicked in your head? And I know you talked about, you know what I'm saying, what's the guy's name that you model your business after?
Bobby Hundreds.
Bobby Hundreds. That's somebody you always aspire to, and I usually don't look up to people, but was that something that helped you say, okay, I know this is what I want to do. I want to be an entrepreneur. Did it take those two things to put together the idea, or what did the idea?
Not really. I didn't realize how much I looked up to that dude until 2019.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Word.
Bro, for the first 3 years of me doing SWIG, it was just like me just doing it. I never really was like, you know what, this is gonna be it.
Yeah.
Because you know, I'm still in the mindset that I want to work for people. I'm still in the mindset that I need to work for a paycheck. I'm still in the mindset of that. So it took a while for me to get to that point.
Gotcha.
Very long time to get to that point. But once you get to that point, and I tell that to any entrepreneur, that once young that's coming under me, once you get to that actual point when you know, like, you know what, this is it. This is what I want to do. This is what I love to do.
Yep.
It changes your life, man. Hands down.
A lot of people, and somebody else that we have like talked to before, they always say it's like, I took a chance on myself. Yeah. And you specifically talking about your brand and like it being your baby, you took a chance on yourself. You're like, this is what I want to do, and to have that type of confidence. I guess what I want to share with everybody is like that shit doesn't come easy. As he mentioned, he even thinks his first line was trash. He's like, yo, that wasn't even what I want to do.
I looked at that.
But you have to evolve from something. Like most people are so scared to even start that they're like, nah, that first part I can put ain't gonna be it.
Right.
I gotta make sure it's perfect before I even start. But like just starting and doing what you love and hearing you talk about it the way that you do, like I really want people to understand, like, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, what it is. It's like, and it's crazy. One of my homies told me this, and it stuck with me. You want to do. Everybody wants to do something, right? Not everybody knows what they want to do, but everybody wants to do something. But if you do know what you want to do, my thing is like, look, if you know what you want to do, try it. Try it out. But if you're gonna try it, give it 100%.
Right.
Right. If it doesn't work, cool. But at least you tried.
Yeah. And you can learn
then
something.
You can go. If it didn't work, you can go back to whatever the fuck you were doing.
It ain't changed.
What did I tell you, G?
That's literally what it was.
When we took the call, like as soon as I called you, I was like, "Oh, Gene, what's good, man? I got a favor to ask you. I want to do the podcast." I was like, "You free?" You was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Don't worry if you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's alright. We just do 30 minutes." She was like, "Nah. If I'm gonna give you what I got, I'm gonna give you the whole thing. I don't half-ass anything that I do when it comes to my brand."
Yeah.
And that was something that, like, you know, me and him, we noticed. You know what I'm saying? Immediately how passionate you are about your brand, and like you don't really see that in what people try to do. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people try to jump to shit.
Trying to make money.
Like they just want to make money off of. And you talk about being passionate about shit. I heard Mark Cuban say, he said, don't follow your passions, follow your efforts. And you've been doing this for so long. You know what I'm saying? How has that journey been from a learning standpoint? Do you feel like you've grown and learned a lot from it?
And I've grown and learned. I've grown and learned every day.
Every day.
Every day. Today I learned something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned every day you're gonna learn. You know, because no one's perfect. No one knows everything.
Yep.
So like every day you're gonna just find something new that's gonna help you. And it could be something good. It could be something bad. It could be something that make you more money. It could make something that make you lose money.
Right.
It's just life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, bro, like I learn stuff every day, man. I do my research. I go on personal field trips. Today I went to the mall for no fucking reason. Just so I can walk into Zoomies and be like, you know what?
Get some ideas, yeah.
All right, this is what's going on right now. Cool. Let me go to Foot Locker. See what shoes are popping.
Yeah.
What colors are in. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me learning because you got to learn what's popping. Like, same thing with podcasts. You got to learn what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's the latest to talk about?
Yeah.
What's the new segments and shit. Like, it's the same thing. You learn every day.
For us, it was like we started watching other people's podcasts and stuff like that, and Ryan wanted to start this off first more than anything. And we looked at it and we're like, we kind of want to be something different though. Like, we don't want to talk about the same event over and over again or ask the same questions over and over again. We want to find people that are local, that are hustling, that are in the middle of their grind right the fuck now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That just need that just need an extra year in order to be exactly where they want to be. They want to help somebody out. That was the main thing with this podcast. And so, like, passions align, efforts align.
Right.
Ever since we had that conversation with you, like literally, as soon as we
Skill
hung up the
sets.
phone, me and Ryan were like, we need to get this Instagram going right now.
Yes.
As soon as we hung up the phone, 'cause we was like, damn, we ain't where we need to be right now.
Right.
Yeah,
We
because I was
realized
like,
that.
hold on, I got to see your Instagram first. I got to see
like,
it. I got to at least see if you got to have
And that
something.
was like what the third time we had heard it. Like
Yeah.
every time we asked somebody, like, you guys got your socials up, we was like, damn.
Y'all write
We was
things
waiting for
down?
things. Hell yeah, he gets bugs. I write shit down so much, man. I be sending
That's good.
tweets.
That's one of the
I be sending
best traits, bro, to
Instagrams.
write shit down.
Ooh.
He got a
Write shit down,
He
motherfuckers.
got a memory of a goldfish, but I
really
kind of want you to talk about too, because we already mentioned the passions. You know what I'm saying? The skill set that you have, and again, something I know you personally, so like I talked to Gio about like some of the things that you just are naturally good at, like being social and shit like that. Do you feel like that's helped you in building your brand and getting to where you are now, or even helped you like some of the trips you like? Because the people aren't like a lot of people are scared to take those type of chances. They don't have that extrovert mentality. You know what I'm saying? And you just got it.
I've always kind of had it. I always kind of had it, but I do have shy moments.
Okay.
You know, there's some moments where you get a little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it took me like, it took me a good minute. You know what I'm saying? To like just kind of like, I go with a objective every time I go to a social event to at least leave with 10 good connections. Every time I go to
See,
a
that's a
social
dope ass thing to live
and
by.
that's a objective that I go in every time with, and I always leave. That's it could be somebody that's on a podcast. It could be a model. It could be a food vendor.
Word.
It could be a local shop. It could be
A tattoo artist,
a
Whatever.
photographer,
Yeah.
a dancer, somebody, an Instagram model, anything. You gotta walk out with something because at the end of the day, it's crazy. You don't know who you talk to that could put you in a position for you to win, or who you could talk to that could put you in a position to get to the next level.
to learn.
Right.
Even that's it, just to learn.
Everybody has so much to learn about each other. Like, it's like as long as you go on like on some respectful stuff, like, yo, my name is Randall. I got a clothing brand. It's a SWIG. Da 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 da. No one's gonna look at you like you're stupid.
Even if they do, fuck them.
Yeah, at that point, that's
That
their
ain't for me.
problem.
That ain't for me then. You know.
So yeah, so me being social is it's a blessing that I've got, and I just use it to my benefits, man. So I can actually move forward in life. You know?
Ryan was discussing it. He was like, "Yeah, man, this dude's extra social." And what I really wanted to point a light towards is, and I didn't even know you at the time. I was like, "You're very on purpose with it, though." People think that marketing just comes out of nowhere. People think that like all these connections just come. Oh, because I knew a boy who knew a boy. Like you are on purpose about these type of things. When you go out, having that 10 contacts thing is a dope ass thing to keep in your back pocket.
Try it.
Hell yeah, anything we want.
Try it. Yeah. Every time you go somewhere. Am I looking in the camera?
Yes, you are.
Every time you go somewhere, like a social event, go in there and try to walk out with 10 new contacts. Trust me, it works.
And what do you think that does for you, or what has it done for you?
Man, I got linked up to Joey Franchise like that. Joey Franchise linked me up to Bass.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like just going in and you know what I'm saying? Like shout out to Joey. But just different ways where like I went to like a pop-up one time. Guy came into my table.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, this is dope, da, da, da. And I'm finding out that's the owner of American Social. Now he's my guy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's just ways. It's just like it's not. And it's crazy. We used to hear when we were young. It's not what you know. It's who you know.
Yeah. And it's because you were ready for it too. Like you talked about consistency before. If you had been slacking in that moment, homeboy would have walked away. You wouldn't have had that connection. But consistently, he's always like, I gotta rep my brand everywhere I go, so that everybody sees me at the top level, and I'm ready to make that connection.
And then back to what you said, like, and that's what everyone that's doing anything. And my advice is like, if you're gonna do it, like, there's no point in half-assing it. There's no point. If you're gonna half-ass it, don't even do it. Get out my face. That's how I look at it. That's just personally how I look at it. And it's like, bro, like honestly, like if you're gonna, because I remember someone told me they were like, oh, your name's on this. You were going all extra hard for it. I was like, yeah. Anything you put SWIG on, I'm gonna give you 110%. It doesn't matter. If it's an award, if my name's on it, I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna try to win it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's something that it's an event, I'm gonna try to have the best table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's a fashion show, I'm gonna try to have the finest, the best line. But it's just a mindset you gotta have.
So we're also obviously being social, you connected with a lot of people. Is everybody in your circle got the same mentality, got the same mindset? Do you make sure that they have that same mentality, same mindset?
So
from like a leadership.
That's a loaded question.
It's a tough question, but I'm gonna be honest. To be honest, not everybody's built like that.
No, for sure.
Not everyone's built like that, and you realize it in your journey. And for my thing is like to answer your question is that the people that stand by me now are built like that.
Yeah.
Because the people that not built like that and that don't see the vision, they're just gonna hold you back.
100%.
And in my past, I've just moved forward when I just end up releasing. Nothing against you, nothing against me, but I think it's better for me to go.
It's like a breakup. Like, listen, I want you to be happy. I do, but
there's a lot of fish in the sea. It's not
yeah,
you, it's
so
me.
that's what and my thing is like not everyone's gonna see their vision, bro.
100%.
But eventually, you have to realize that you have to realize your self-worth, and you gotta realize not everyone's gonna see the vision, not everyone's gonna be built like that, and not everybody can sit with you.
Right. And
that's how I think about it.
If you ain't doing those three things, you're wasting your time. That's how I look at it. If you ain't got the right people around you, you're wasting your time. So who else is in your corner that's been able to help you out? 'Cause nobody makes it by themselves.
Nah, I did it alone for a while.
Yeah.
I've had partners in the past, like, but everything happens. You know what I'm saying? But my guy right now, shout out Jazz.
Yo, you start smiling at me.
That's my dog. Like,
that shit.
Me and him are like me and him. That's my guy, man.
I got Ryan's on
That's
there.
my guy. We get into it's like when you have a business partner, it's kind of like a marriage,
right?
So we have happy moments where we're like talking the shit, making money, being happy.
Yeah.
It's times where we want to, you want to steal a friendly fade? And then, but it's never like,
Come on, swing it.
It's like, yo, you want to do a friendly fade? And then now we'll hug it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, all right, we gotta get back. All right, let's get back to the money.
Yeah.
Like, there's Jag, there's Kelsey, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I got people like that help me. Like,
I got acquaintances.
I got
contacts.
I got people I can always call. I got people I can always call if I need. I got close circles. I got a really, and shout out to all of you guys. I have a really, really good support system.
When did that change? Because you mentioned like a lot of it was yourself, and then now you're like here. So when did that transition happen?
Well, I needed help at one point.
That's 100% though, right
there. I
there.
needed fucking help, and I learned that. Who the hell did I learn that from? I watched a YouTube video. I don't know what it was, but I do a lot of research. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos. So I did watch a YouTube video, and the guy was just like, to build you need help. No one can do it alone. So that's when I kind of got jagged. Like
it's a humbling moment too. It's like
yeah. I kind of got jagged to, I kind of showed him what the vision was, and he sees it. He's the only one that I could truly say he knows exactly what I want.
That's dope, man.
He knows exactly what I want, and I told him, bro, from the get go, bro, we gonna make it. We just gotta keep fighting, and we've not stopped.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I remember when I saw SWIG, I was like, it ain't many people that I really have put my faith in and believe that they could do some shit and be successful at it. Yeah. But I put a lot of money on the fact that you can make it and you go be successful. You know what I'm saying? And again, I appreciate you even having us in here, because I can't wait till you go big and blow up. Because then we go wait to post this episode from when you get big, so you be like, yeah, no, I'm bullshit. But no, like I really do believe in, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell them, like, being on purposeful, that's something that you have to be intentional about, and that not everybody see your vision. Like, you know what I'm saying? When like me and Gio used to just be shooting shit on the game, playing the game.
We was on Xbox Live playing GTA.
Bullshitting.
Yeah. And he would say some shit, I'd say some shit. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, like, and it was like, for me, like, I had like that I wanted to do a podcast, and then he said it before I even ever brought it up. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn. Hell yeah, I'm down. Like, there's not too many people that I'm really gonna want to go on this journey with, and we tried it. Like even early on, you know what I'm saying? Like you do have those learning moments where you're like, let's try it out and see what works. You know what I'm saying? We'll go back and forth and banner and shit like that, but like really, like it's not too many people that like I'm really trying to put in my corner because I just don't want to go down that journey with. Or I don't know if they have the same vision I got. And
from what I'm seeing, you guys are on point. Your equipment is great. I'm just being honest. Y'all niggas was on time.
Yeah, we're trying to do this.
Y'all was on time. Your equipment, Jesus Christ.
Blowing up, man.
Your equipment's on point.
Yeah.
You guys are on time. I feel comfortable. Like, you guys got something going, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Don't take your foot off the pedal. That's what I gotta tell you. Don't ever.
He's driving up to North Carolina in a couple weeks so we can continue doing it. We're gonna travel with it too. That's what's dope.
And y'all, y'all have me somewhere where I feel comfortable. I feel so comfortable. This is my spot. I can literally sleep here.
And it's a dope spot, man. Like I'm telling you,
real.
you go big.
Shout out to my moms. My moms let me get the garage.
That's what's up, man.
Actually,
people in your corner, that's the same thing though.
You know what's crazy? A lot of people don't know that my brand's built in my mom's house. Like I was doing my brand, like my whole brand upstairs.
Yeah.
There's a loft upstairs, like half the size of this.
Yeah.
I was doing everything there for 3 years.
Damn.
3 fucking years.
You didn't mention it. What does SWIG stand for, just for the people?
Oh, SWIG stands for, if you look back here on the shirt,
pointed
SWIG
to
stands
the
for Style with Individual Greatness.
And
Style with
clean,
individual
man.
greatness.
That's clean.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. When I first saw it, I was like, damn, I would have never thought that's what it stands for. Never, ever.
where did that come from?
Me and one of the homies came up with it. So, remember how you saw shit on Twitter? Remember I go back to Twitter?
Oh! Sorry, my bad.
Well, the first definition of it was style with individual grammar. Because we used to talk a lot of shit. So
I see you going with it.
Bro, I'm telling you, I was the
That
king
might
of
be an
talking shit.
alternative. You might
Yeah, I'm about to say,
that.
dog.
So,
I
and
need
then
a shirt.
when we came to like, you know what I'm saying, when it came to the point where it was like, yo, let's make a clothing.
Yeah.
And just one day it was just like style with individual greatness, and it was like you ever like doing a lock.
Okay. Oh,
And then hit the last one, and
Finally
it
get the
enters, it turns green. It was like that. Style with individual greatness, and it just opened up from there. I swear.
That's dope.
And that's the name of it, man.
What is the next chapter? What's the next move for SWIG? And then what's the next move for Gene? All those separate.
For me, I have SWIG. I don't know if you guys know. SWIG is the brand.
Yeah.
SWIG is the clothing. I love the clothing, but it's more to me. It's not just. I don't want to just do a clothing brand for the rest of my life. Like, yeah, I could pump out shirts all day if I want to. I can do that, but I want to build. Like SWIG is like the cloud. That's why it's a cloud. Cause I'm above it. It's
Like the
foreshadowing everything. You know what I'm saying?
Like an umbrella, right?
Yeah.
Things underneath you. All right.
So that's phase one, to build the brand, and I feel like I did a good job at building. It's nowhere where I want to be, but it's not where I want to be because of course I want to be over there.
There's
But
beauty in the struggle. Though.
you know, but I'm entering phase two.
Yeah.
Phase two is the t-shirt print business. So that's what SWIG Prints is.
Yeah.
SWIG Prints is my t-shirt print business. Black-owned business by black. So that's the next step, and it's already. I already quit my job. Like I don't work for nobody anymore.
You work for yourself.
Work for myself, so that's good.
What was that like? You ain't do it like real dramatic, like fuck you, fuck
No.
you.
So I remember
It's a-
you put it on Twitter like, should I give them the 2 weeks or should I tell these niggas fuck on?
I'm gonna tell y'all, bro. I worked for T-Mobile for 6 years. I got fired.
Damn.
Off some bullshit.
Damn.
I was finessing, so it was whatever.
I used
I
to
got
go
fired.
past that T-Mobile store like, hey,
Yeah.
what's the deal?
I got fired. You know, whatever. And then I went to work at Spectrum. I worked there. When I started working at Spectrum is really when I realized that this is just not for me no more. Because it took me from having a job that I actually really loved and I made a lot of money at to losing that, like that, to move into something where the grass isn't greener at a job that I just didn't like. I just didn't like it.
You were just trying to make it.
I mean, I was grateful for having the job,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't for me. And it took that to really realize that, like, you know what, Randall, you need to just do it for yourself. Like, you're still young. You still can get up early and stay up all night.
Grind
you still
mode,
can
you know?
grind.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I just kind of like
It's
let it
crazy
go,
too.
man.
That mentality, like just little subtle shit. You used to always post when you was #1 in sales. Like that's the hustler mentality you gotta have. Bro.
Damn.
T-Mobile,
Wow.
I had a wall of plaques.
Yeah, bro.
I had a wall of plaques. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, that just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I could do it, you know.
But you took a lot of those skills and you're able to incorporate that into your business too. That's the thing.
A lot of skills you learn from these companies, bro. And shout out to the company. I learned so much from T-Mobile, bro.
Yeah. And you gotta take that stuff
customer
with you.
service. You know, I learned as a customer, you gotta take care of the customer for them to come back.
Word.
You know,
Gives you
stuff
different
like that. You know what I
Leadership
mean?
skills, sales. You know what I'm saying?
You learn all that
Subtleties, man.
Those are things that you might not appreciate now, but eventually you're gonna be like, damn, I'm glad that I saw that.
You gotta take advantage of every opportunity. Some people go into a 9 to 5 and they're like, nah, fuck it. But you can always learn something from it. Like you talk about, you learn every single day, and you took all that stuff and brought it to your own. That's dope.
Yeah. You mentioned the printing business. Is there any other is that like a 3-year plan? You got any other like long-term goals?
Is that something you can share?
Listen,
you might have some stuff on the wraps, bro.
Appreciate it, dude.
Point blank period.
So that's
GShyt.
That's GShyt. That's phase. That's phase 1.
Yeah.
Phase 2. I'm sorry. Phase 2. The next phase, I'm gonna turn what you see here into something more real. Like I want to get like a warehouse.
Oh.
So it's not a retail store. It's not a shop. It's a.
I don't know if I want to tell you because it's like on
that's
camera.
fine. That's fine.
It's like I don't know, but
You do have goals, and that's.
I already
10 years.
I have a full vision already. Like you know when someone's painting something and then you pull it off and you see the whole thing.
Yeah.
I already saw it. So like phase 2 where I'm at right now, phase 3 is gonna be the warehouse. And with the warehouse, what I'm gonna do is just like I'm just gonna turn it to a spot where I can do everything. It's gonna be like this times 10.
It's gonna be a different grind season.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And then that's when I'm hired. This is when I come into work. I'm like,
it.
do you got your name tag? No, I ain't gonna be that guy. I would never be that guy.
Listen, Thanos also had a vision, nigga, but you saw how it ended for him. So you either got to be in the vision or I'm bullshit.
This motherfucker.
That's funny.
But I think we wind it down. We really want to see what other either advice, GShyt.
Yeah.
So what segment is this?
This is the last segment. This is GShyt. So when you're just trying to figure out, I'm sorry, this is like for you to just have the floor, do the same thing you've been doing basically this whole time. Stare into that motherfucking camera and say, listen, for the next kid trying to do this, for the next guy trying to do this, I promise you I was in your shoes, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. Because it's about giving back to the community. That's a really big thing for us.
Alright, so GShyt.
As much as you want, go ahead. As much as you want. Floor is yours.
Yo, if for anyone that's like trying to build anything, like not necessarily just a brand, but if you are trying to build a brand, bro, do it. Honestly, it's one of the best feelings in the world to like see somebody wear something that you created and feel good in it. Like honestly, like I'll be chilling and somebody send me a picture and they'll be like, and I see them in a SWIG shirt and they look and they feel happy. That literally just makes my day.
Yeah.
Literally makes my day instantly.
Spotted.
You know what I'm saying? You
Spotted
see that?
He was telling me about it.
That's a trend, yeah.
He was telling me about that.
But if you're gonna do anything, man, just be consistent. Number 1, be passionate about what you do. Believe in what you do. I don't know if everyone's religious, but pray on it. That's big. I put God into my life at a good time, and that God's been having my back. So I would tell you guys to pray. You know, have a good relationship with your thing. Also, you know, don't give up on yourself because there's gonna be times where like something's gonna break or someone's gonna say your shit is trash or something's gonna happen. But that's the thing, it's life. So like you just have to accept it and move on. Look past it because you can't change it. You know what I mean? You can only do better. You know what I mean? You can only do better. So that's my advice. And just stay consistent, man. Consistency is everything. If you want anything to grow, you have to be consistent. If you're not going to be consistent, do not waste your time. Because you will waste time, you will waste money, and you will probably lose a lot of friends.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
GShyt. And wrapping up, you know what I'm saying? We created the GShyt platform, you know what I'm saying, to give local artists, local businesses, you know what I'm saying, a platform You know what I'm saying? And also to learn from people like you who've been doing this shit and been consistent and been successful on some level, you know what I'm saying, for a while now. And so we definitely want to thank you for your time.
No, thank you guys,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? You know, we hope SWIG, you know, hits the next level. It's obviously, we don't have to tell you. You got the plan, God's plan. And so, you know, again, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank
Shout
you
out,
guys
you can
for
follow
having
my
me.
your socials too if you want to shout that out right
Oh
now.
yeah, you can follow me on. I have 2 Instagrams. City of Swig, that's the actual brand Instagram. Follow me, please. And then you can follow Swig Prints. Swig Prints LLC. That's my printing business. So if you guys need shirts, holla at the kid.
Hit him up.
And I promise you, I take care of it like it's my own.
Yes, he does.
100%.
Yep.
GShyt the podcast on all socials, man. Follow us.